Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for another weekly anime recap, and this is the last one for the spring season of 2025. It has been an absolutely dope season. We're going to be doing a wrap up for the whole season sometime this week. But for now, we're just here to talk about the top 10 things of this season, of this week. Getting my words all kinds of jumbled right now. And we're going to start off with our number 10 slot, which is Go Go Loser Ranger. This one came out really late in the week for me, but it introduced some absolutely amazing concepts, like the fact that our heterochromatic character is actually, and big spoiler warnings right now for the rest of this, is actually one of the boss monsters who took on a human form and got fucked up to the point where she is now kind of locked in this form for a bit. We got to see the guy our main man is copying, now forming a group with humans and rangers and himself, who I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him at this point, and a boss monster, which is pretty fucking hype. We got to see the rangers get smashed, the rangers smash back. We got to see the Red Ranger use what almost seemed like a going to Power Rangers Zeo or whatever the advanced version of the Power Rangers was. It was pretty fun seeing that, seeing the whole like swarming dragon mass. But it did have a couple of drawbacks. After all was said and done, our big bad was starved out. Like, we didn't beat him in the ways we normally would. We just chucked him in a room where he's going to starve. And that's a little bit underwhelming for me. Number 9 this week is Tiagonia. We're just going to ditch this beanie. It's annoying me. Tiagonia this week, we got to see Diablo or something like Diablo. I can't remember what the hell they call that giant. It looks like a Clodsire got pissed off. But it was really cool watching it just get sliced to pieces so they could find the God Core. And the more they sliced it, the more agile and less, like, it became more speed-based, less strength-based. And I like the fact that they were like, we have a balancing act to have here, because this thing is still going to be ridiculously strong, but we have a way to like compensate the side for it. And I appreciated that. I also really appreciated the fact that we're apparently forming a new nation where we have our little Edo people. I can't remember what they're called in this world, but they remind me of the Lullafell. We've got a couple of humans, and we now have cow people or deer people. They kind of looked like a middle ground between a cow and a deer people. But yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome. And the monkeys have all decided, hey, we're not friends, but we get each other, man. After that, though, we have our number 8 slot, which is the Shunji family children. And this week, we went on a camping trip where 3 of the sisters decided to tell each other, hey, it's not just the young one that has feelings for him. I do too, and I do too. And the only holdouts for it are blue and orange. But this wasn't going to be this high on the list until the last 10 seconds. Like, it was a great episode. It was a great season. But the last 10 seconds where we're just having script rolling across the screen as a bit of a narrative prompt telling us, hey, soon we would find out that there were more siblings or something like that. Can't remember the exact words, but it was essentially, there's another set of actual siblings in this group. I can almost guarantee it's not going to be the main character and one of the sisters. It's either going to be the other brother and another sister, which would make the green-haired sister also be a sister to one of them, or who of the sisters are going to be related. if it is going to be the brother, just to throw a spanner right in the works, I feel like it's going to be the littlest sister. But I feel like, and I don't know if we're ever going to get a season 2 of this, but I feel like it's going to be the eldest sister and the youngest sister are actually sisters. But, well, I don't know. I don't even know if we have a manga for this or if this is an O works. That's neither here nor there. Next up in slot, what are we on? 8. We have My Hero Academia Vigilantes. That shouldn't be so low down. We have MHAV. And this week, we got to see some great things. We got to see Hopstep in the most teenager way she's ever been. Because we open with her just constantly re-watching the concert on her phone. And that is just such a teenage thing to be doing. And I love the fact that it's put in there. On the other side of things, we got to see our Spike guy who was a villain. He's over on the far side of this, watching over B-Girl, who is not actually B-Girl, because B-Girl was a bee parasite inside her eye or in her brain, something like that. It's gross either way. Who is Knuckle Duster's actual daughter. And we got to see Knuckle Duster deciding, hey, I've done what I wanted to do. My daughter is safe. Good. We got to see Captain Celebrity just being an absolute tool and apparently trying to hide from his manager because she's a slave driver and he is tired of working so much. I love some of the dynamics in this show. I found it really interesting at the end that Knuckle Duster is backing off from this and that was the last time we're going to see him as like the mentor of the crawler. But I can't wait to see what happens in the next half of this, because from what I've heard, we're only getting 2 seasons of MHAV, but we'll just have to see how it turns out. Up in our next slot, Classic Stars, where we got to see Grand Meister actually perform. We got to see Mozart and Beethoven rock up on a helicopter, and I honestly thought they were just going to throw Beethoven in there with like just bandages and barely any of the hospital gown on, just as sex sells things. But apparently we only do that when it's a female character, because we got him straight back into the almost full suit and tie. This was great. We got to see Grandmeister perform, and Mozart, right before they did, threw his song away and was like, no, we need to perform a song that's ours, not mine. And that's some great growth. We got to see Discord win, which did not see that coming at all. Because they got a tied score with them, but because Discord had beaten them in the prelims, Discord wins. Discord gets up and basically outs the entire program, and yeah, we basically get we get to see that nobody's really taking it seriously, and that was pretty great. We also, at the end of it, we get like a flash forward a little bit, and we find out that their teacher has disappeared until I'm pretty sure it was a post credits where he's sitting at a piano and he swaps between Mozart style and Beethoven style, and Liszt style and Chopin style. And he goes on a little bit of a villainous monologue, shifts his glasses down, and he's got one anime as fuck eye. I don't know how else to describe it. And what did he call himself? It was like Salieri, who, as a really nice addition to this show, Salieri is actually the one that trained, or one of the people that trained Mozart, Beethoven, and Liszt. I'm never going to pronounce that name right. I'm sorry to the Italian community. I think the Italian community. I don't know. But it was a peak way to fucking end that show. Next up, we have Rock's Lady's Modesty, which this show just holds up so fucking well. The entire thing, I like to see this in classic Star as like the opposite sides of the same coin, because we've got both musical animes. We have an all-male cast versus an all-female cast. We have an entirely singing-based group versus an entirely music-based group. And I'm only just putting together how many like opposites this show has. Everyone on this side is so refined, and everyone on Rock's side is just so appreciating the passion of it. Like, they get a little bit of the passion over here. This show is all about the passion for music. And at the same time, the entire time I'm watching both of these shows, all that's going through my head is just fucking kiss already. Because Mozart and Beethoven, it needs to be a thing, and these two also need to be a thing already. They're talking about how much they're getting off on each other's music. Just make some beautiful music together. That's neither here nor there. There was an almost thing that happened in this episode where I thought they were about to, but hey, not going to happen. We got to see the Bacchus, who were the boy band bullshit, come out. We got to see these guys absolutely rock the fuck out of the place. We saw them turn the entire crowd against Bacchus. It's not a pronunciation night. And yeah, it was great. Even the manager of Bacchus decided he doesn't like them anymore. But they came in to the girls' room and was like, what did you do to our fans? This is not something that could possibly have happened. And then, hey, you don't want us to leak this. We're going to do that because fuck you, that's why. And the manager, who he's just there because he liked the band, just pulls the SD card out and snaps it in half. And fuck yeah, that manager. Dude is an absolute G. Going to the opposite side of the spectrum tonight. We're going to go to the mindfuck itself, Kowloon Generic Romance. Where I don't know that I've actually spoken about this show before. I can't remember off the top of my head. No, I have, because I didn't add this one in this week. This was a absolute mindfuck. So, for those of you who don't know Kowloon, I've been confusing the hell out of my wife for weeks about this show. But we are in the fallen fortress city of Kowloon, which was demolished, I think it's 3 years ago. The entire place is still there, but only for specific people who have regrets, and they need to have a connection to this city. Except for Kudo. Kudo is our main man right here. He is not the main character, he is the side character. But he is the force that controls Kowloon, because if we look to the very top of this thing, you can see that little speck in the sky is the Gene Terror. The Gene Terror reacts to Kudo's memories of this place and replicates all of his memories. The more things that he realizes are there, things he doesn't realize are connected, can stay there, even if they're the same thing, just in different places. That's not the point. The point is, he's run through summer after summer after summer, trying to make everything all right with our main character, who keeps changing every season. She's the only thing that isn't consistent. And he realizes that this troubles him. And that causes the entire fucking place to have an earthquake and start breaking down. Because of this, our MC gets swallowed up by the ground and ends up in some kind of oceany purgatory where she can't swim. Her pet fish, Success, also falls off, also ends up in the same place, becomes some kind of spirit guardian, kind of like what we have in Coco, and brings her back to the real world, or the real Kowloon world at the very least. After which, she finds a doorway into Kudo's mind, where he is shown memories of the second to last day of Kowloon not being demolished, which was August 30th some year. He poses to our main girl. She tells him, hey, wait till tomorrow and I'll answer you. But you wanted to propose because this is the perfectly ordinary day. If you propose, if I say yes, this is the day we got engaged, then it's not a perfectly ordinary day anymore. The thing is, though, she decided that she didn't know which way she wanted to go, whether she wanted to get engaged or not. So she takes some pills that have a 50-50 shot of killing her. They're either going to give her a really good trip or they're going to kill her. God, I forgot I'm not meant to use that word on this platform. But she dies. Kudo freaks out. That's how this entire place happens. Kudo then gets forced to confront the part of him that is holding onto this world, which is holding onto the pills himself. And the entire place just shuts down. And in a weird coincidence, because she's become her absolute self, our main girl can now leave the city. She goes off. 2 years later, Kudo rocks up at the restaurant that she's waiting for Yao Mai, who's our girl in yellow, and he gives the great line of, well, a hero always arrives late, and it's like, fuck off, you're the hero, mate. You're basically holding people hostage for years. No, we are not enabling that shit. You know what else we're not enabling? GQuuuuX. Actually, fuck that. We're enabling the shit out of GQuuuuX. GQuuuuX is the mobile suit Gundam show made by the company that made Neon Genesis Evangelion. And it shows. There is a robot in here that is just the most Neon Genesis Gundam you'll ever see in your life. If I can pull that up real quick. Fuck it. But it is what you would get if you got Gundam and the Ava 1 and fused them together. It's great. Its name's Fred. This entire show, we've seen people from two different worlds colliding because this is actually a reimagining of a previous show. I don't know which one because I am not that well versed in Gundam. One of my mates is, he told me it was. But this is the second best Gundam property, in my opinion. The only one that beats it is Iron Blooded Orphans. Next up and second to last, we have Lazarus. Lazarus is my dark horse for the season. Lazarus was mid from start to almost finish. This fucking episode, though, this episode pulled it all together and brought it great. We got to find out that Skinner, the main, rehash, the entire show is basically just guy infected everyone, gave everyone this pill that stops them feeling pain. Pill made everyone not feel it, but also they also all got told, hey, you've got 3 years before you're going to die. Not great. But in the end, we find out that Hapner wasn't actually meant to stop people from feeling pain. It was actually the military had fucked around with one of his inventions and caused it to turn into a biological weapon by their choice. He didn't like that. So he made Hapner so the entire world would be able to be infected by this and nobody could sweep it under the rug. And it was just such a good twist. That twist was just peak of the season. But we got to wrap it up now because it's getting late and I've got shit to do. With GQuuuuX, where we got introduced to our new hero, who is our pink-haired lady up on the top left at the 10-11 o'clock mark. She hates being called cute. And she decides, hey, I'm going to make a giant bunny suit to fight crime in. And if that wasn't the best way to end To Be Hero X's first half of its show, I don't know what is. But if you want more details, let me know. Yeah, let me know what your favorite show this season's been down below. I've been Faith, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all next time.